Also mentioned that one of the more memorable disasters, ethical disasters along these lines from the first Trump term was his Secretary of Veterans Affairs. And this one might be the most memorable because it happened right at the end. I remember the headline about it on our show blog. The headline about it was December 10th, 2020. So this is after Trump lost re-election to Joe Biden, but before the January 6th attack on Congress, before the inauguration. It was December 10th, 2020, and this was the headline. Yet another Trump cabinet secretary caught up in scandal. As Donald Trump's presidency comes to an ignominious end, it's apparently not too late for one more cabinet controversy. And that last one, it was the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. And he, too, like so many of his colleagues in the Trump cabinet, he, too, was referred to the Justice Department for potential prosecution. An investigation happened into claims that he had tried to discredit a veteran who said she had been sexually assaulted at a VA facility. The VA Inspector General investigated those allegations, found evidence that he seemed to have broken the law. They referred him to DOJ to be prosecuted. And of course, the Trump Justice Department did not prosecute him. They didn't prosecute any of these guys. But one of the things that was really memorable about his scandal is that more than 20 different veterans groups rose up in outrage against that guy. And these were disparate veterans groups with very different takes on the world. Everybody from the American Legion to Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America to the Veterans of Foreign Wars, they all demand that this VA secretary resign or be fired. Even a really, really conservative pro-Trump veterans group just railed against this guy that he was embroiled. It was just a disaster. I mean, it was a sign that even right up to the very bitter and ultimately very violent end of Trump's term in office, things were just bad. It was a bad presidential term. It is not normal to have a half dozen members of the cabinet referred for potential criminal prosecution for crimes they allegedly committed while they were serving in the cabinet. It's not normal. I mean, that's the kind of thing that gets you listed repeatedly as the worst or among the worst ever presidents in U.S. history.